Okay, John, then this is second
We're back.
half. You were talking a lot about your company.
I was talking more about the industry that we work in because not many people
right.
are familiar with the intricacies of the internet web and how marketers are using that.
About what about you do?
What about my job? Yes, I totally just haven't talked about
I'm
that.
more interested on this.
Yeah, so I mentioned I'm on the product support side, so I work a lot with
your client,
Yes, we work directly with our clients. So we
not
work with
the customer of the client.
No, we usually work with the marketer, head or some heads of the marketing departments themselves that reach out to us with how to use our product or where they can find this feature or use that or if they report problems and bugs. Oh, this is not working. Then we kind of communicate between. We're kind of that channel between our engineering team and the customer actually using.
Yeah. So you have to know your product.
Oh yeah,
engineering product very well.
Which is what's nice about the roles. I really get to learn how a product is built, how it evolves over time to meet the needs of your customer base, and or how you better define the needs of your customer base for them. They might not know what they need, but if you define it for them, it's kind of what we do. And so it's kind of what I do. I work in helping apply a lot of these things that we have built into the customer to be able to use, or things that we've already built and the customer is using to report back to us how we can do it better, or any things that that are not working as well they think it should. So
who is your customer? I mean, who is your client? I mean, the company's client. Like you mentioned, like Nike,
big retailers, people, just anyone who wants to build an online store and create an email channel to reach their customers. So anyone essentially.
Can be anybody. Yeah.
Well, our caveat is you have to have enough site traffic. You need about 10,000 unique visitors a month. That's a whole other topic. But basically, you need to have enough people to continue to email. If you only have a base of 10,000 people that never grows, eventually they're going to be so tired of emails, they're going to start unsubscribing your emails. And it's a downhill curve from there, where you go from 10,000 in one month to by the end of the year, you have 1,000 people, or maybe less, 100 people that don't no longer want to hear from you. So that's the sort of the situation. So you have to have a continual renewal of new people going through your website to continue to reach, have an email to send out to. Otherwise, you have one email, you get 80 emails a month. You're going to unsubscribe, I tell you. That's just the way it is. So you have to.
You lose the money for.
So it's a delicate balance that we help. That I, in my role and other people on our general group, which is our customer success team, work to help them find that right balance to reach their customers.
I see.
So in this role, I found myself. How did I find myself in this role?
So the client, they will have their certain department which dealing their this all the questions they might have from their customer, and if they cannot answer, they will come back to you.
That's right. That's
asking for support.
That's my job.
Technically, or even
technically or just operationally. Yeah. However,
is any life cycle for the product of your company? Like, hey, we designed this for you for a certain company.
No, we're out of the. We used to custom make everything for. We had a general way of how it worked, but the way we applied it to the customer of integrating the software for them to be able to use was a custom job, every customer. And now we found a way to make it more streamlined, so it saves us a lot of overhead to be able to do that.
Why not the engineer, whoever designed this software, this program, to answer your client's question? Would that be more directed, and you have to be in between to answer the question for the engineer? Well, what is the advantage of that?
You mean like Alexa? Like, hey Alexa, how does this work? What's the temperature today? Alexa's the voice recognition software on Amazon's home web interface.
I mean, what is the advantage that you answer those questions?
Because, like I said, our product is still evolving, and so
can they talk to the engineer directly?
The engineers are too busy building things to answer questions.
Okay,
they don't have that kind of time of day.
Answer a question. Okay,
it's a different skill set. We're more on the people side.
I see.
We're in the sort of selling our product indirectly side. They're on the building the products so we can sell it side. Very different sides. So, and they don't usually intersect.
Are you responsible for certain product or any people in the
essentially
same situation
anything that we rolled out that somebody uses, they more or less have the right and the option to come reach out to us.
Right.
And about anything under the sun that we kind of develop and have released. We have around 200 clients now. So as you can, it's a little hard to keep track of with every individual thing that's going on.
That's true.
So we talk a lot with our engineering team too about things.
When you say we, that means you have a group,
a team. There's 4 of us
a
now.
team that answer those technical questions for the client. Right?
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, I was really attracted to this role because it was one at a startup. I really wanted to move to a startup. One for the flexibility, like we talked about in the beginning, but also because I really wanted to learn how a product was built. And coming in, I came in at a very good time where they never had a product support group, so I was the first hire in this group, and so I kind of kicked things off from the ground. And before, there was no one you could reach out to about if you had a quick question about how do I set this email campaign up so that it reaches more people? Well, no one would really have time to answer you, or our client managers tried to have time, but they're busy managing other things, and so that question usually would have gotten lost. And so that these little things are very important to the overall customer perception of how much they like your product. A lot of it is a product is no product is perfect that you build, because the way people use them will change, the way people want to use them will change, and so you have to continually evolve your product to this customer base that slowly evolves over time.
So the engineer will make some changes.
They'll make a lot of changes. They'll make a lot of changes daily or monthly.
Daily, right.
And so
so who give them who give the engineer the feedback? Tell them which way to change and how to improve.
Our general team does, but directly we do. We actually have specific requests that we look at that we can track across all our partner bases. Is there a similar problem? Is this an isolated problem?
Because you guys are directly dealing with a client, so you know what the problem.
We have a team of about 50, 60 people that are doing some different sides of this. We're on the technical support side. There is your client relationship management side. There is your front end deployment side. So it's all these three teams work in unity to try to maintain and grow our customer relationships.
I see.
To sell them more products. Yeah.
Will you be very busy, every day?
Well, it used to be a lot busier. Now with 3 or 4 people, you kind of let other people. You kind of learn something, let other people handle it, which is kind of nice.
Or if the product design very, ideally or very good, not much.
There's no such thing as that, unfortunately. From what I've been told, in this space, the one thing I did learn is there's no such thing as a perfect product, because everyone is trying to improve. It's always trying to improve, so it's never perfect. It needs to improve.
Okay.
Facebook wasn't perfect out the bat either, but it's so successful now. But they're still improving. And so, the story is that you need people to be advocates of your service, and you need to be a product. Nowadays, a product without a service is not a complete product. What I mean is this: you can't just create a widget, put it in a box, and ship it off somewhere if you don't have a team of living humans at this point to be able to handle any sort of hand of God or random situation that comes up, to be able to manage that complexity. Computers you can program, but you can't program problems. Problems developed in the real world by themselves, whatever reason, by nature of interdependency, the way the world works. And so similarly, you have service groups, support, product support groups like this that help clients, help potential customers manage complexity with using the product.
I see.
In their day-to-day.
So if there's no client call you or anything, that you pretty much
we pretty much
have a free time.
We have a lot of free time, that's nice. But when it's busy, it's busy. Just full 110% attention. And,
So you can pretty much tell which product is good, or which product is really need to a lot of area need to be improved, because customer or the client always coming either to complain or the
generally that. So we can see areas where our service is weaker or where our product is weaker, and then you need to report this to
the engineer
to our next time we update this product. We need to make sure that we fix this to make this this process more seamless and more digestible.
What kind of cost are you talking about? Like a company, a client come to your company, say they want to develop a product like interface with their customer or whatever, the online business. What kind of money we talking about? Talking about $500,000 a product or what? And
$500,000. Well, wait,
just roughly the idea.
Development cost, or what?
Development cost.
How much it takes to develop this product?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it's pretty expensive. I can imagine.
The time, how many hours?
The average salary of a software engineer these days is $120,000. We have 16 of them, so you multiply that by 120,000. right? That's just their daily salary, right?
Yeah,
That's their annual salary. That doesn't include the infrastructure cost it takes to okay, so you get 16 engineers with computers in a room, right? What are they going to build? Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, what we need to run through is we have a whole database that we keep. We keep around 7 terabytes of data. So what does it cost for us to house 7 terabytes of data? I don't know. I mean, maybe 6 or 7. I've heard it's up to like $15,000 a month. Okay. Of just the servicing cost of being able to run servers to store, analyze, and output your data.
That much data.
Because we're talking about customer lists of 200,000 emails. Excel can only handle up to 6,000 or 7,000 before you cannot manipulate the sales.
A day or what?
One-time upload. You're talking about gigabytes of straight up just one column emails. Doesn't include female, male. Doesn't include where they live. Doesn't include what their computer IP address. Doesn't include past shopping habits. Doesn't include the devices they're using. All this data we track. 7 terabytes. 250 individual customers. Some big, some large. But at the end of the day, we just continually keep this data, work on it, and make it more and refine it better for our customers. This is a lot on the product. This is a lot on the actual product side, which is kind of where I'm very interested in. This is kind of why I wanted this role. Not as much for the actual talking to client side, but so much as on the developing a product, going to see from life cycle how it evolves over time, and just the complexity of how difficult it is, honestly, to launch a successful business. That with something to actually sell that will actually outlive your customer, hopefully.
Are those the data, the email things are live? Or, I mean, that for last week or last month, that kind of...
There are there are 2 ways. There are dynamically updated emails that literally change, in your inbox before you open it. That they run a check before you open it. That's pretty complicated. Like live, That's live. Ours is static once it hits your inbox. It's dynamic until the time of send. Meaning we'll crunch all this data, but once it leaves our database, packages itself into an email, pops it over into the customer's inbox. By the time it's en route, it's already done. You can't it won't change it. So a common issue we run into all the time is pricing. A lot of our customers like to show pricing in their emails. Oh, this on sale, but a customer will open this email up a week later, find out they forgot it in their inbox, go back to the website, and it's back to normal price. It used to be last week was $150 because it was the Christmas sale. Now it's a week after New Year's, and now it's back to $200, and they get upset because you sent me an email. But the point is, that's difficult. So we try to recommend that just show the content. Don't show anything that will change over time. So like a product, don't show a product you're only going to sell for one day. It doesn't make any sense. It's not very good. Our service isn't very good for one-off instances like that, or like very quick sales. We are more for the long-term relationship, and so it's more about a stable, reliable service, and it is about a one-time, jump in sales because you decided to decrease your whole site by 50% off.
Wasting a lot of resources.
That's not really what we're for. So a lot of marketers like those. They like the pop-up strategies, the quick, sales strategies to sort of incentivize, quick people to I have to buy it. We don't really work. It's hard for us to run campaigns like that. It's just because that's not our forte.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think you described very clearly and very detailed. And,
thank you, sir.
Kind of give me a good lesson of what you do. Thank you for your time. And if any further question, we'll ask you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, bye.